Or I'd like to be someday. I'm still waiting for it to come back around to his weird penis bit. I was waiting for that the entire set. Something about a weird penis. I'll come back to that. We're all going to have to wait and find out later if his wife lets us. It's loud feedback. Anyway, let's move on to our next comedian, all the way from Knoxville. Give it up for David Abel.
Hello, thank you. Hi, Kingsport. So, you might have guessed this from my clothes, but I'm queer, I'm a comedian, and I'm from the South, so my pronouns are he, hot. I know I'm giving millennial Duck Dynasty vibes tonight. Usually I wear about 3 or 4 more layers, and my humor is multi-layered too. It's time for the Lord's Prayer. Because why wouldn't I do the Lord's Prayer? The Lord's Prayer. The Lord is good. Hallowed be thy name. Thy cucumber come. Thy will be done. On earth as it is in watermelon. Give us this day our daily zucchini. And lead us not to a pumpkin patch. For the love of God. Smash, smash, smash. Amen. Alright. Good Lord. So I too have my wife with ADHD. And the other day I was driving and I saw a sign for the Attention Deficit Center, which is a real place, at which point I crashed.
You're going to be okay.
Hey, do we have any fans of frogs in here? All right. A good frog is like a condom. Rib it for your pleasure. You're going to love my set. I struggle with anxiety, and so I used to use classical music to calm down, but lately I've been realizing violins are not the answer. I'd love to be able to say, kiss me, I'm Irish, but I'm actually adopted. Representation. Hello. Have you ever heard a cat and a motorcycle at the same time? Meow. What about Blue's Clues air horns? That's very niche. We have a fans of pegging in here. All right, somebody's lying. So I got a bumper sticker, pro pegging bumper sticker recently, but I've been afraid of putting it on my car because I'm afraid I'll get rear-ended. That's a lie. No fear. Speaking of pegging, Taylor Swift. She is dating a football player now named Travis Kelce, and he's a tight end. But when they break up, he's just going to be another loose end. Any rap fans in here? There's this rapper named Young Gravy, and it made me think about like what my rap name would be if I rapped. And I think with my complexion, it would be Old Potatoes. The other day, I was typing out a text to my friend, and I tried to type in the word discombobulated, but it auto-corrected to disco-ovulated. That's a strange joke to walk in on. Have you ever met an existential dog? Like a dog that's like, do not bark into the void, for the void may bark back at you. That's a mouthful. I don't know. Any astrology fans in here? My sign is no vacancy. I have a couple of friends who are witches, and one of them had a court date, and they went to court, but they left their stones at home, and so they wound up being held in contempt of courts.
Yeah, they show
Oh, okay. I'm not offended. So I make music. My music genre is the same as my comedy, apparently. Difficult listening. I know I'm funny. The other day I ate a suspicious egg roll. I just didn't like the way it was looking at me. Do we have any fans of yogurt in here?
Yogurt, yeah.
Yeah. I prefer my yogurt submissive. I only eat Fruity Bottoms. Do we have fans of Indian food? I love a good Indian restaurant. Whenever I see one, I've got to go try the food. It's just non-negotiable. People tell me I'll be a good father figure, but I think I'm more of a go figure. Can you imagine if Julius Caesar came to Johnson City? Like, what would he think of ETSU? Like, et su brute? That's a Latin joke. Oh, I've been questioning if I've got imposter syndrome. All right, that's a thinker. That's fine. That's fine. I know I look like I stole my wardrobe from Stevie Nicks, which I did. So I guess you could say I nicked it. Stevie opened our closet one day and said, "Where are all my clothes?" And I said, "They're gone." Do we have any fans of Faith Hill in here? All right, I knew we'd have somebody. I wrote a parody of This Kiss. It's called That Cat. It's this little kitty. It's a little cat wrist. It's a litter box motion. It's a kitty cat kiss. It's a broken ornament. It's kitty possible. That cat, impossible. That cat. So, mental illness doesn't run in my family. It's friends. So some of you might have guessed I'm on the spectrum. And I think that's understating things a little bit, because I used to think that too. These days, I think I'm actually beyond the spectrum. I met a bear with a guilt complex once. You would always talk in a deep voice when you apologized. Baritones. That's pretty silly. I'm a bit of a nerd. I've wondered for a while if computer chips taste better with salsa. All right, there's my answer. Does anybody else get creeped out by the weather around here sometimes? Like I step outside on a foggy day and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm going to get killed. This is like Silent Hillbilly. I guess I can say that. Star Wars fans? Yeah. I enjoy a good naked Star Wars marathon. A Commando Lorian. You know, there's all sorts of Jedi these days. There's even a Moose Jedi. And some people might think that's absurd. Personally, I don't think that's a moose too far. That joke's fired. Woo! Speaking of vegetables. Well, that was a strange transition. I try never to take fruit for granted, but sometimes I take pomegranate. I learned recently that certain kinds of fruit can give you street cred and help you learn how to rap. That's why the other day I bought myself a Gucci mango. Knoxville's pretty funny. I don't know if you all do this in Kingsport, but if you're looking for a place, just look at the street name. For instance, in Knoxville, it's if you're looking for a church, go to Church Avenue. But if you're looking for a proctologist, it's Clinch Avenue. That's pretty silly, isn't that? Oh, man. You know, I used to have this bell, but I forgot it tonight, so I guess... And the Nobel Prize goes to? Oh, man. People tell me I look like an almond brother, but I think I'm more like a pecan. Language is weird, isn't it? Like, if you order pommes frites in a restaurant, you're going to have French fries. But if you order a Pomeranian, you're suddenly a dog dad. People ask me about music sometimes, so I got to ask what the difference is between a hook and a chorus. I said, well, you can go fishing with a hook, but you can only go fishing with a chorus if it's a field trip. That's pretty silly. I vape. I used to be pretty lonely in that pursuit. I didn't have a lot of friends who did it, but I started looking for them online, and I found a great group of people in this group called Missed Connections. I was a member of this claustrophobia group for a while on Facebook, but they changed the status from open to closed. I had to leave. Oh, man. I already told you I'm adopted, so I can't surprise you with that. Driving in the city's gotten pretty nuts. Around Knoxville, I just call it interpretive driving. Yeah, I also, I was not 5'11" until like high school, so I also got bullied in middle school. I have these memories of people asking me how the weather was down there. It's like, man, that's never going to happen again. People ask me, you know, are you a glass half full or glass half empty kind of guy? And I always tell them the same thing. The glass is fully on. Oh, man. There's this preacher who went to a shooting range, and he followed all the rules, but he still got kicked out because he wouldn't stop saying, pew, pew. So I was on this dating site called Plenty of Fish, and there was this woman on there who said not to message her if you enjoy fishing. And I messaged her and I said, I think you're on the wrong website. And she blocked me. She didn't take the bait. Yes, obviously, I struggle romantically. But I feel really bad for archaeologists because I can never date something I dug out of the ground. All right, carbon dating joke. It's pretty highbrow. I knew a dog once that refused to have puppies. It was anti-littering. Okay, that's really going. I know. I'm going to do one or two more. I used to dress up like my parents, and it took a long time into my adult life to stop doing that. I guess you could say I had trouble cutting the umbilical corduroy. I like my jokes like I like my food organic. That's why I shop at Trader Joe's. Any fans of the 90s in here? I like my milk and cereal in the morning, but sometimes the milk gets in my beard. And I guess you could say that's one way to bring back Frosted Tips. The singer Jewel. She went to South Korea. But she got run out of the country because she sang that song, "Who Will Save Your Soul." Way too political. Not Pyongyang. I lost my voice not so long ago. In fact, I got so hoarse I was surprised I wasn't asked to be part of the Gallup poll. Okay, y'all. I got something really silly. So I do have food sensitivities, and I heard there's a good Mexican restaurant, and I didn't go there, but I might go there after my set, because sometimes when I eat Mexican food, I get drowsy. I guess you could say I get chalupi. All right. Thanks, y'all. You've been lovely.